Hey there, Dana. Good afternoon. It's Jay Obertans at Rurik Mazda. I have to apologize. A, I'm terrible on camera, and B, I got tied up with the customer that walked in, so sadly I'm just now getting to this. But one thing I thought would be the most helpful is kind of going over the vehicle a little bit by video, especially depending upon what year your Mazda is, or if, like your parents, they had bought from Rurik, but whether they have a Mazda as well. There could be some significant changes. Mazda has really been marching up into kind of the premium segment. So the vehicle that you had requested is this here in front of me. It's a 2021. It is a CX-9 with the Touring package. Now, kind of going over a few things. So you're going to notice that the emblem on the front grille is huge, but it's also not real. And you're going to see a camera system up on top of the windshield. All of those communicate for your safety features. So things like your radar cruise control, which has stop and go, means the car can drive itself in traffic. As crazy as it sounds, I've used it since 2017, and it is pretty cool. You are going to have standard LED lights, so those very bright kind of piercing blue lights you see on like a lot of Lexus and Audis. They can even read light from other sources and turn on and off the high and low beams for you at night. If you begin drifting out of your lane, the car is going to kind of vibrate the steering wheel, and it'll even correct you by kind of gently giving you a tug on the wheel to help push you back into your lane. And then, of course, the big one for me is any vehicle, obstacle, pedestrian, cyclist. If it ever senses you are about to crash, this vehicle will stop before you crash into an obstacle. Now, you have blind spot monitoring, so these little indicators in the side mirrors, which to me is big for Pittsburgh, mainly because they light up, and then if you're part of the 2% of Pittsburgh that uses their turn signal, it'll then beep at you to kind of grab your attention. Hey, you can't go over into that lane. Now, with the Touring trim level, you're going to have these little buttons here for the advance key, so I can press that and unlock the car. Now, all of the Touring trim levels are going to have standard leather seats. So you have full leather seating with 8-way power and power lumbar, as well as a power passenger seat. And then this interior is the lighter interior, which they call silk. Now, Mazda kind of taking a very German approach. Everything is clean and horizontal. There's no buttons or clutter. You have a very large 10.5-inch screen up on top, and everything is controlled BMW style on that joystick-like system behind the gear shifter. Dual zone climate system, so you can set 2 different temperatures up front, even set a 3rd temperature in the rear, which I'll get to. And then you do have a power liftgate standard. So let me pull out the key fob here, because everything is push button start. You'll see that button there for the liftgate. Now, of course, things like backup camera, that's going to be standard, as well as heated seats. Maybe that's something I didn't mention. And then let me go ahead and go to the rear here, which would, help if I unlock the car. So let's try this again. Now, rear seats wise, you will see it's a full bench across, and a very nice little feature. Let me unbuckle the seatbelt. If I fold down the center armrest and lift up this console, you'll see that there's 2 USB ports hidden back there, so that way any kids or friends or people that you regularly haul can charge devices right in there. And of course, all CX-9s are 3rd row, which I'll get into. And then you'll see that you have your separate climate system for the rear. So you literally could have the heat on for the driver, you could have the air condition on for the passenger, and somewhere in between in the rear here. Now, for the liftgate wise, let me go ahead and unlock this here. Luckily, all CX-9s are all-wheel drive, and they're all turbocharged, so get out there and some zoom. You'll see here that you have cup holders for the 3rd row, and then if I move all of these carpeting accessories that this particular trim came, you'll see those 3rd rows, just 3rd rows. Oh my gosh, I'm having a speech impediment here, lack of caffeine. 3rd row will actually pull it up. Now, a very unique feature I love for Mazda that they finally got into it is connected services. So all CX-9s have an app that you download on your phone, and for the life of the lease, you'll have free remote start. You can lock and unlock your car. You can check the status, check fuel, check whether your windows are open or down, or whether your doors are locked, your lift gate's open, any lights left on, and so forth. It's a really cool app. So this is everything that would be on this trim. Now, one thing I really pride myself in is not only diligence and transparency, but also kind of showing you value in others. So I wanted to just kind of show you this one here. So for instance, this is exactly what we had just looked at. The only difference, this particular one, maybe not, yes, has the optional premium package. Now what's interesting is when you go to one with the premium package, you pick up a couple extra features, which I'll run into. And if you're okay with captain seating, now captain seating means that the one I had just showed you had a straight bench across the back seat, where this one is going to be only 2 seats in the back. So let me go ahead and... Now, I'm not sure if this one is captain seating or not, but we're going to check, and if it's not, then I will go ahead and show you one that is captain seating. This one is not, but let me just use this to run over the features super quick. So some of the upgrades that you would get, now you'll see on the front you have these little dimples for your parking sensor. So if you're pulling up to a spot, out of a spot, or backing into a spot, now you have on top of the backup camera, the beepers that will beep at you to let you know if you're too close or not. On the interior wise, you'll see that you then pick up a sunroof up at the top, and then you'll see that all of your speakers go to Bose, even employing active noise cancellation. So you have a very, very heavy surround sound, because that is 16 standard speakers and this is 18 Bose speakers. Now, when it comes to rear occupancy, you don't pick up too much, though some of it could be considered convenience. One, you'll see that now you have rear sunshades, so you can pull those out and clip them right up there. And then for the third row, let me just go ahead and pop the liftgate here. And I'm going to lock this one since we're done with it. You'll now see that they added 2 USB ports for the third row that you'll see right there. So the premium package, just to quickly recap, gives you the sunroof, the Bose stereo system, the rear sunshades, the rear USB ports, and the front and rear parking sensors would be what you pick up with that package. The reason why I mention that is if you go to one that has the captain seating in the back, which I believe this one does right here. And maybe not, I can't tell. Nope, this one doesn't either. My gosh, I know I have some that do. It's just a matter of finding where they're at, Dana. So let's check this one. But the ones with the captain seating in the back have an additional rebate. Okay, so these have the captain seating. And when you factor up that premium package adds almost $2,000, when you work it up in a lease with that additional rebate, it actually comes out to be only about $16 more for all those features I had went over, but you do lose the bench. So just showing you, the center console I folded down to show you the USB ports. They're moved down there with the cup holders and USB ports, as you can see. And then you have a pass-through into the third row. So it is a 2-2-2 configuration opposed to a 2-3-2 configuration. Just wanted to mention that as an option. Some people can live with it and say, yeah, I'd love the bump in features for not that much. And others are kind of just like, yeah, I don't need it, I'm fine. And a lot of people need the bench for the dog or something. But I appreciate it, Dana. I'm going to upload this and then quickly load it up in my email and fire it off. And I really do appreciate the consideration. Have a great Saturday.